Hey, how's it going? This is Jared from Carbon Digital, and today we're doing a website review, a topological analysis, which just means that we're going to be looking and seeing. We're just going to pull up the website, look at it, and give you some thoughts about how to make it better. So let's dive right in. Alrighty. And today we're looking at hospital safety officer. And just in case you're wondering, my first thought was, holy fuck, no, not this. Um, just that crazy green at the top covering the entire header with the logo having a lot of the same green color in it. Just really, it doesn't work. Um, but I digress. Okay, so first off, you need a header. So you need links up here. You need more information than just a logo. You need the ability for people to click and go somewhere. The whole premise of the website in terms of psychology is to get them to take action. You want them to fill out a form, you want them to click a button, you want them to make a purchase, et cetera, et cetera. And so under the psychology of user experience, the premise is 3 clicks to success. So that means you have 3 clicks to get somebody to a place where they're going to convert. And if you can't do it, you're not going to be able to keep people and get them to actually do anything. And that fucking bouncing button is not it. Turn it off. Don't do that. Good Lord. Um, so definitely having links in your header is going to help improve that capability to help people get to what they want to see faster. All right. And then for some crazy reason, you have put a link to yourself in this text, which I don't understand why. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. That is so annoying. Turn that shit off. Good Lord. Okay. So yeah, you definitely need a header. It needs to contain your logo, uh, prominent links to the other parts of your website. You can include social links, you can include contact information, all at the top. And that's what that's for. Then moving into the homepage hero, which is this first section here. Um, this is not how you do it. The premise is that you want to have your primary page heading, which is what this is, and your body to include the main primary keywords for SEO for this page. And I'm guessing that's going to be hospital safety or hospital safety officers, something along those lines. And since that's the name of the brand, that really resonates well. Um, but you have to display it in a way that looks really well. So this is an H1, so that's good. So you should only have one H1 on a page. That's a best practice for SEO. And then you want to make sure that this background image is something that people can actually see. And so the first thing I would do is expand that, make it at least a minimum of half the visible height of the browser. And because of the way that your stuff is structured, I would probably even go the full height of the browser, just to try to give you more space to work with. But it's not going to make a difference if the image behind it is actually not good. So because the image behind it has this little white hazy thing on top of it, that makes it really hard to see what's underneath, what's happening behind the scenes. Maybe this sign back here is actually important enough for us to want to see what's going on. But also this person here in this safety gear, you want them to be visible, because that's the whole premise of what this brand is about safety. And if they can't even see the safety guy, it's going to make it hard. So I would get rid of this transparent box here, move the text off to the side, reformat the text. Realistically, I mean, you got 10 words. That's the best you get, not 25. So restructure this so that it's 10 words or less, and move that off to the side, either over here or over there, and then make sure you get a better image here where your safety guy is actually really visible. And then don't actually link to yourself. That's a rookie move that doesn't actually do anything. So the whole premise of putting a link on a page is to send people somewhere. And if you're on the same page as the link you're referencing, that's really dumb. So don't do that. And then definitely turn off that button for sure. Let's see where that button goes. Yeah, no, get rid of this. Now we can see more of the image, so that's good. But the same rules apply to that. This huge box in the middle, no, don't do that. I don't know what's up with this big circle here. Maybe you're trying to make it look like a pill or a safety hat or something. Don't do that. You see the radius, the angle of this curve here should be the same angle of this curve here. If you're going to use that, then keep it consistent. Don't do that stuff there where you have the whole oval, the entire half of that circle there. Same thing at the bottom. Don't do that either. And then here, kind of hard to read this white text on this super vibrant lime green color. So change that to a darker color, and then also get rid of that link. It does you no good to actually do that. So that's not good for you. I would also leverage this page with a lot more information. Give them a reason to actually do this, to actually fill this out, right? Because unlock the secrets is not really going to tell people anything. That it's not going to do anything. So you need to restructure this whole page to provide information and value and give people a purpose. And that purpose is to fill out this form. But you're not doing that with this here. So you want to really expand on that. Oh my God, what the hell was that? Get the life coaching book that has changed lives. No. What the hell? This has nothing to do with the brand of the website that we're on. So get rid of that. This right here tells people that you don't know who you are and you don't know what you're doing. And then on top of that, your form is broken. So they can't actually even fill it out. No, get rid of that crap. All right, next section. Experts in these. Okay. I mean, if you say so, like that's exactly how everyone else is going to read this. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's you say you're an expert, prove it. Like, how do I know? Maybe I don't even know. Maybe I'm not even a person that knows what I need. Maybe I've heard of OSHA and I know I need that, but maybe I don't know that I need NFPA. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but maybe I know I need OSHA. I might need something else and not know it. But realistically, this is all wrong. You want to prove to people that you're an expert in these areas, and you do that by creating compelling content on the page and separate that content by different sections. So you can see this background is one section, and then all of this background here is a second section, and then we get to a third section down here. Don't do that. Like these the way this is structured serves no purpose other than to put information on the page, but it doesn't actually serve a purpose in the sense of conversions, generating leads, getting people to actually take action. It's not actually doing that. And because of that, it's going to be a longer uphill battle for you to try to convince someone who actually does fill out a form. If they do fill out a form, it's going to be a harder sell for them because of the way the information is presented. I would take this right here, turn this into 4 sections. Boom. Take this here, check out our programs. That should be its own page and sub pages. And then you can have this type of thing referenced. Ew. Yeah, all these links to yourself, these self-referencing links, get rid of all that crap. But you can have another section for programs, and you can mention there's 4 here. So you can probably get away with mentioning 4, but you want to do it in a card format. And this is not what a card format looks like. A card format is typically, I'll give you an example. This is my website, and it's going to be pulling up. I'll show you what cards are. This is a card. It has an image, it has a title, it links to something else. And then blogs. This is what most people recognize a card from. There is a distinct border between this article and the next article. And that's what you kind of want to create. You want to create cards to portray this information. If you can throw in a picture, that's even better. It's really cool that you have some icons here, but you want to prominently connect the dots of icon to text. And so doing that in a horizontal card format here is going to really look nicely on this. But make sure that each one of these cards actually links to a page that goes into a lot more detail about this, because you want to create CTAs. CTAs are call to action. And you want to create those so where they can click on this or a button below it and actually navigate to a page with a lot more information. Because the point is, there's a book called Don't Make Me Think. And the whole premise is to look and instantly know. You don't have to think, you don't have to process information, you don't have to guess. You just look and you know everything you need to know just instantly. And so this doesn't actually do that. And there's not enough information here to convince somebody to check out your program. So that's why you need a dedicated page for those programs so that you can really promote the full picture of what those programs are on a dedicated page, which also opens up the door for your ability to target additional keywords for those pages. Moving forward, our products. It's the same song and dance. I don't even know what this is. Your product is a comprehensive suite of educational and professional development products. So what you have said here is absolutely nothing. That's what you've said here. And this looks like it's a link, and it's not. This looks like a link, and it's a modal. Get rid of that crap. Nope, don't do it. Yeah, it's the same information as this program section. Put a lot more thought into this, make it into a proper section, full screen width for every section. Do a proper write-up for this, get rid of the link, and don't use modals like this. They're, even when they're poorly designed, even if they're good designed, they're still a bad idea. And then on top of that, yours are poorly designed. So I guarantee you that your conversion rates are really low. So yeah, create a new section for that. I would rewrite this, because you want to give people a page that really goes into depth on what type of courses and curriculum and training programs you have. I'll give you a good example of this. Team Treehouse. So this is a website for learning to code at your own pace. It's kind of like Udemy, but it's dedicated to code. So this curriculum for these guys is actually really good. But you have plans, right? You have library of courses, you have a degree program, you have resources. You know, for all of your educational material, that's the same type of stuff you're going to want to have. For these tracks, which is like a mini degree program, this shows the different, programs, time it takes to complete, all of that stuff. And you can even click on these and see everything that you need to know for the entire program. This is how it is done. And so if you're going to be offering courses, your suite of courses needs to be depicted in a way that gives people a reason to actually take those courses, not just because it's a suite of educational and professional development products. So you have to put a lot more thought into that, and you have to display it in a way that really resonates with people and gives you the ability to sell the course. So by the time they read through the curriculum, they're already sold because you've given them every possible answer that they could be looking for. And that's the idea. Don't make me think. Next section, hospital safety officer as a service. Okay. That's a new one, but I understand the premise. Basically, it's you're operating, the word you're looking for is fractional. Fractional safety officer, which means that you operate as a safety officer for that business. So you would be a fractional safety officer for the hospital industry, right? I don't know if hospitals actually call their people hospital safety officer. So if that's the case, then you would just be a fractional HSO, right? That is the term you're looking for. This kind of sounds weird, but fractional is a more executive term that lets people know exactly what it is you're doing. Whereas this is clearly made up and doesn't really paint the same picture. But again, with this full screen width, put a little bit of thought into that text. It doesn't really it seems like you got the meat and potatoes of what you want to say here, but it looks like you need to rewrite it. And then this here, this is a section, this is a section. All of these need to be split out so they can be read more easily. And then these need to also be left aligned so that they stand out more. Okay. Aside from that stupid button that's going to give somebody an aneurysm, I don't understand the purpose of this section. I understand that there are professionals and contractors, and that you're trying to connect with both of them, and that you want them to join today, clearly, but it doesn't actually speak to anything, right? Maybe you could turn this into like a who we work with type of section where you talk about your ability to work with hospital safety professionals, or HSOs, or healthcare facility contractors. Yeah, that goes to the same exact page. That goes to the same exact page. Yeah, so there's no really delineation in how people get to the form because it's the same exact crap form. So having this here serves no additional purpose. So what I would do is I would actually create a matrix of who do you work with, and create all of that into a section here that talks about the different people that you work with. That'll be good. It's probably also going to be beneficial to talk about the different types of hospitals. because medical is a niche, hospital is a subset of medical, and then hospital also has subsets of that as well, because you have your generic type of hospital that everyone knows about, and then you also have your specialty hospitals. So creating a dedicated part of your website that talks about these specific subsets within the industry is going to really help display your expertise amongst those different subsets. But definitely get rid of that fucking jumping button. Our achievements. Okay. I'm super glad that you have achievements. However, there's no way to validate any of this information. There's no links to articles. There is no reference to anything. This just is a section of where we have to take you for your word. And you have not yet built trust, so people cannot take you at your word. And so I would rethink about how to display this, especially if you have like this here, like weekly coaching calls. You can't really display who your clients are, and you might be able to, but there's limitations in what you can say about who your clients are. So weekly coaching calls, you can't really do anything about that. Training solutions delivered, you need a link to this that portrays that. How do we know how many training solutions you have? Is that 300 different courses? Is that what you're talking about? If so, then this needs to go to a dedicated page that talks about the 300 plus courses that you have available and give people a path to actually take those courses. Kind of like what we saw with Team Treehouse. There's all the different tracks that you find a track you're interested in, you click on it, and it opens up. It gives you all of the courses, all of the details, and there is no need to guess about what it contains. This one here, hospital safety professionals trained. You can't really do anything about that, just like the weekly coaching calls. But this one here, safety alerts and news updates. There should definitely be a roster of what that is. I don't actually know what that is. It sounds like these are the types of alerts that we can give you, or it sounds like these are the resources that we get our alerts from. So I'm really not sure specifically what that entails, but it seems like it's something where you can actually leverage a dedicated page to talk about what that information is. So with all of that being said, you don't have any additional pages here. So fortunately, it's a single page website with that one sign up page. But yeah, there is a lot of potential for growth, but you have to fix all of this chaos, and you have to make it look modern and nice and readable and easy to understand and easy to digest, and just pretend that you don't know any of this information and you're trying to get information. And the first thing you're going to do is start churning out questions, right? What is this? How does this work? Why do I need this? And those types of things are what are going to give you your questions that you need to answer. I noticed that you didn't have a frequently asked questions page or section. So that's something that you can add. But also, you don't have a blog on your website. So with a blog on your website, you can actually leverage your expertise in all of these areas. You can leverage different testimonials from other places. You have 0 testimonials. So how do we know that your expertise is valid? Because, you know, even a scam is going to find success, right? Not to say that this is scammy, but it's not professional is the point I'm getting at. And even a person who has bad business practices is going to find a way to make some money, right? So I'm not certain that this paints the actual picture that you're looking for, but I'm really hoping that you take the time to fix it and leverage it correctly. because there is a lot of different angles you can take this in terms of how many pages to have. Realistically, minus a full course listing where every course has its own page, subtract that, and I'm seeing at least 30 to 40 pages here, which is actually really good for you. So you can really leverage that and really push things to the max and take things to another level just by building out the architecture correctly and filling in the information. So I really hope that helps. If you guys have any more questions, concerns, comments, complaints, send them over. Otherwise, take it easy.